FXB. Just doing a sort of first time setup of the Icom 705. Mine has the POV carry cage, but this won't affect the functionality of the radio and all the connectors. So the first thing we'll do is just pop the battery in. So here's the battery, same as the ID51, and we're just going to pop that in. So we just turn it round. Here. Goes in that way around. Right, don't lean on the front screen, and then just you get that sort of nice little click there, and that's in. And then we'll show you the BNC. So there you go. I've got an adapter. I'll show you. It's a PL259 to BNC adapter. Just goes on like so. And then you've got the earthing connector here. It does come with a little square bracket that can ring into the microphone. I haven't got that connected, so. And then just regarding the speaker microphone that comes with the radio, which I think is very good and completely programmable, is here. It's a very good microphone. It has a nice little clip here, which also turns like so. That works quite well. So you've got two connectors. There's some. Take that one out. So just while this is off, look, in there is your SD card. And it's quite fiddly. You can poke it, it'll pop out, but really you need tweezers to pull it out once it's out. And the sort of connector, the front face of the connector is at the back of the radio. So one of these pins is a 2.5mm pin, and that goes in the bottom half. I'd say that's the microphone. And then the speaker microphone part is 3.5, that plugs in the top. If you leave it unplugged, then you will hear the speaker of the radio. So on the other side, you've got the DC input here, 12 volt. If you lift this up, you've got a micro USB for using, for using digi modes, but it also will do, it will charge the battery. At the top here, you've got the send ALC. Okay, is for the amplifier. Underneath is the tuner. This is the tuner. Just there.
Sorry, I don't understand.
You've got the key connector there for CW, and then we are with the micro USB. Okay, let's do the first turn on of the radio. So we'll hit the power. As it boots up, you can see it's 1.2 version 1.24. We have done a full reset on this radio, so it's as it would be if you just had it delivered. So straight away, we're in USB. The filter's on, the preamp one's on, the GPS is on by default and it's flashing away trying to connect. It's showing there's an SD card already in, the time, AGCM and the kilohertz. So that's what you'll see when you first turn it on. Now I think the first thing to do is to let's get our call sign in the radio. So we'll go menu, set, go up and down here, go to my station, my call sign, hit 1, my call sign, hold the 1 down, edit, and let's get our call sign in there. M 0 F X B, and we'll go across past the slash and we'll just put A N D R E A S. Oh, it might not allow any more than that, so we'll have to just put Andy and enter. That's our call sign in there. Might as well put a text message while we're here. So we'll just go to 1, hold it down, edit, and I'll just put Southwest UK. Okay, that's in there. Let's back out all the way for now. So let's just for starters, let's just show you how to put it into DR mode. So at the moment we're just in VFO mode. It says VFO here. We haven't changed anything. So if we hold down, it says here call on the left, hold down call. Oh, it looks like that the DR memories aren't in there. So now let's see if I can just load them up from my SD card. So it's a bit fiddly to get the SD card out, but pull it down. I've already pushed it, and I've got some tweezers here. We're just gonna slide it out like so. This is the side that faces the front, and then we're gonna just load the CSV file onto that, and I'll include the video that shows me doing that. I just use an adapter like this to go into my computer, and it just slides in like so. So back at the radio, we're going to put the SD card back in. It's a bit fiddly, but we've got it facing that. Hopefully when you get your 705, you don't have to do this, because it will already be pre-installed. Once you've sort of lined it up, it'll go in very easily. Don't force it in, because you'll make it go above or below the slot, and that's the problem. And then you just give it a light push, and you'll feel it click into place like that. Right, so we've loaded the file, the CSV repeater file, onto the SD card. I will add a video of that. And then so let's just go menu, set, SD card, import. We'll go to import here, repeater list. There's the file, we'll hit that. Keep skip settings in repeater list. So I'm going to put no, because I don't want to skip anything at the moment. Import file. Data error, restart. Let's do that. Hopefully it will be okay. I might have the wrong file. So we'll go do it again. Menu, set, SD card, import, repeater list, this time I put yes, why not, yes. I was doing that data error, but I've got the wrong file, but you can see how to do it. I'll get it right and then I'll come back. Okay, we got it working in the end. So there it is, loading the CSV file. You have to restart. Okay, so now when we press the hold button, sorry, the call button here, we've got all our repeater files in there. It has actually got my hotspot in there already, so I'll show you how to get your hotspot in there, because I think that's crucial for first time setup. So what you do is tap on where it says hotspot, go to repeater list. Now I've got all groups created here already, so you can use an existing group, or you can just create a new group. So let's just see about creating a new group. See if I've got any room to do that. Yeah, it looks like I've got too many on there. So what you do, go to an existing group. We might as well go to one I've called hotspots. Go like that. You can edit the name, you can edit it and put, I've obviously called it hotspots. You could call it anything you like, but it makes sense to put your hotspots in one group. Then select hotspots, go to something that's already there that you're not going to use. Now these are all my hotspots. You'll have a repeater that you're not going to use. Hold it down and click edit, and then in the edit at the top I would put in, say, jumbo hotspot. It says here I've called it DV repeater jumbo hotspot. Sub name is I put home hotspot. Get your call sign in there. Make sure you do the space then the B if it's a hotspot. If it's a repeater, space then C. It needs to be 8 digits, so 1 2 3 4 5 6 and that's 8 digits to make it work. Pretty sure it is. Let's just go across. You basically go to the end. Oh, go to the end. So it's 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 on the Icom. It won't go any further. So the last place that you can move, see the arrow, is where you put the letters. So like I said, B for hotspot, C for repeater, but check with your repeater keeper for things like that. And then on the next line down, you want same but G. You're in group called hotspots, like so. Use from, I've got yes. And then you want the frequency of your hotspot or repeater. Obviously, if it's a repeater, you're going to have an offset. So, but on mine, what I do know is that you always have to select duplex plus or minus for the hotspot to work. So and you have to set it to 0 if it's a hotspot at home and simplex hotspot. And then you can put your position in, approximate, latitude, longitude, offset. It's up to you if you want to do one. Let's say we do one for 1 hour. Okay, go back and then click overwrite. That's it, you're in there then, and you've got your hotspot in there then. So now we've got our hotspot. Now if you tap the top half, that's me going too high, because if you tap the time at the very top, it shows the time. So let's just tap the top there, and what you want to do is go to reflector, and you want to go to use reflector, or if you want to link to a reflector, tap reflector and go link to reflector, and you can select, say here you can go say 1 Charlie, 1 ABC, the L's always there, go set, and then if I've got the hotspot connected on the right frequency, we can connect to 1 Charlie, so we might try in a bit. So if you tap the bottom half, you can actually change it. Look, can you see that? There's my open spot, there's my DV Mega, there's my jumbo spot. I think we'll go to the open spot because I think I've already got that set to work. And then at the top, so when you tap the top, see the multifunction knob here, you can change the top like that without having to use the screen. So we've got it on link, and if we tap the bottom, you can change what repeater or hotspot you're using. So let's just turn up the volume, and let's just see if it will link to my open spot. So we're going to go here, put it on the open spot 3, fingers crossed. It's either already linked or we're going to find out. M0FXB test. Check the squelch, and that's about right. M0FXB test. Yeah, it looks like the open spot is not connected at the moment, but you get the idea of how to set up your hotspot. Right, so let's just go back to just talking about, so you've set it up, you've got your hotspot in there, you've got your CSV file on there. Let's go back to like normal receive mode. So we're on HF at the moment, so to change the frequency you tap this, choose the frequency you like. Now if you want your scope, go menu, select scope. See that? You've got your scope. Just tune it. Now you want to tune faster. If you want to change the steps, hold down this one, and you can say choose different steps here. So we can choose 1K for example, and we can turn like so. You can even turn the multi knob here as well. We'll do it for you. So no activity at the moment. So if you want to change band, just hit that. 40 meters. If you want to expand the scope to make the scope bigger, just do that. Okay. If you want to go to 2 meters, just go like that. Here we are, 2 meters. Now if you want to change the band, sorry, the mode, go tap the FM here, and we want to go on FM. Okay, so there won't be much here at the moment. It's a bit quiet. If we go to 77s, we might find one of my hotspots. 77. So to get 77s, you just tap that. 77. We're not going to do memories now. I'll show you how to get into memories, but see if it picks up my all-star node. They are.
Is there any tone coming over my audio now? Over.
So that's my all-star node. Just simplex.
G7VQV, G7VQV. This is Mike 7.
You see, and you can change all the colors on the scope. Now, at the moment it says preamp here. So if you want to change the preamp, just go menu, number 2. Actually, let's get it right. Yeah, go menu, function. And so our noise limiter is off, our noise reducer is off. To use it, just tap it. It's quite good, takes the sort of edge off it. You've got notch. Now our tone, for setting up a repeater, let's just say we want to set up a repeater. So, for example, a repeater here, let's just say 145600 is a repeater. Now we're going to need, there's our 145600. Go to function. Now, see the way the preamp is on by default, you don't have to have it on. Just tap it to turn it off. Okay. Now, for a repeater, we're going to need a tone. So let's hit tone. Tone squelch. Okay, now if we hold the tone button, we can set the tone frequency. So it's 94.8 there. I'll do both. So that's our tone. Now we're going to now need to set our shift like a minus shift. So minus shift is, let's get it right, go menu, function menu here. Go to menu number 2, duplex, go on, that's selected minus already. it's already got by default the 600 in there, 0.600 shift. Now if we hold it, we can change the shift. Change it away. There you go. And just to show you the RF gain is you push, see the knob here, push it and tap the one you want. So if you want squelch, tap squelch and then turn. So push knob, tap squelch, turn, tap RF gain, turn. You see, that's how. So it's a multifunction type knob. So if we key the mic, we're actually set up now to transmit on. There you are, GB3WR. There you go. So that's all set up now. If we wanted to put that in a memory, we would go menu, memory. Now we have to create a group first. So let's create a group. Edit name. We'll call the group, I don't know, repeaters. Okay, enter. There you go, and it's blank at the moment, but by selecting the group, it means it will use that group. Now I haven't done this for a while, so we'll go menu, memory. Let's get this right. Let's bring this down so that the scope is smaller by pushing EXP set. Now let's tap where it says VFO. And now it's coming up with memo. So to put this into memory, we can hold down the MW button. And look, it's added it into menu 00. So if we go memo, and there it is. There it is. So the group side is really important. So we've created one group. But obviously you need to add more groups for different types of usage. Like you could have groups just for your HF use. Right, so we've got our hotspot in there. We've got our FM repeater in there. We know how to use the scope now. Let's have a look at this audio thing. So if you hit audio here, there you go, you get that. Now if you press the M scope button here, you get the audio and you get the scope. And you can sort of change functions here. See that? Quite funky. This is very nifty. You can see very close up what you're getting up to. If you want to go back to full scope, just go menu, scope, and expand it like that. Obviously, the scope's a lot more useful on, I would say, on HF. So, right, well, you're up and running now. I'll just show you, let's get back onto HF. And I'll just show you the filter. So you've got 3 filters here at the top. If you tap the battery at the top here, it does show you the battery, and I keep missing that. Also, if you tap the GPS at the top, when it gets a lock, it all shows up in the GPS, and it's very cool, very, very good. And it's on by default. So the filters, you've got 3. So we go filter 3, filter 1, filter 2. If you hold the filter, then you get a whole nother menu here at the bottom. So have a little play with that, and it looks really nifty. And you've still got the scope there because we've pushed the M scope button here. Menu. So just a quick overview of the menus: scope, audio, voice record. Now you can select meter. So look, you get the 3 meters here. One of them's the SWR. Now another way of looking at meters, you go exit. Let's get the full scope. See, it says S, that's power. If you tap the meter, it's now, sorry, my fingers are rubbish. There you go. It's now SWR. Out, ALC. Can you see? You can just, even when you've got scope, you can just tap the meter and you can move around like so. Now another nifty thing, let's get back into VFO mode. Just by going like that, is the multifunction knob. Now at the moment it's changing the channel, isn't it? And we can change the step by holding holding on to the frequency like that. But there's another good usage. If you go to function menu now, all these are very well worth having a quicker way of accessing them. If you say you select NR, okay? If you hold your finger on it, and then you hold your finger on the level here, look, it's put it at the top there, NR level, and you can control now the NR. Now, if you want, you can just tap the NR and go back to, changing the frequency. So if we go back to that menu and choose a different one, let's just choose notch, hold it down. I think we choose it, back out, then we hit the multifunction, and then we hold it. So let's go RF power. I know we switched to a different one, but look at the top, RF power. Now we can change the power. Tap the top. Back to changing the frequency. So all these, anything that goes on the multi knob, you can do that with. I think that's very handy. Now just a quickie on the scroll mode. So let's just say you've got the frequency up there with the scope. Probably look better on HF. So let's go back to HF. Right, so what you can do is you can hold down this center, well, you can use center fix button, as you can see, for these different modes. Like so, or you can hold it and it gives you what they call scroll mode. And then it sort of tunes without stopping. No, if you go like that, it keeps going. Out of scroll mode, it doesn't do that. Let's hit 20 meters. We're only on a bit of wire here. That's why there's no... You're not really receiving anything. It's just literally about 10 foot of wire, just so I could have a signal. So, keep the power low, isn't it? So look, if you push that multi-knob, turn the power right down, look. Mic gain comp monitor. So you've got the Vox button here as well. Now the Vox button and this, I think it's this speech button, are changeable in the menu. Same goes for the microphone. All of these buttons are programmable within the menu. I'm not going to show it now because this is like first time setup, but there'll be a separate video for that. But they're fully programmable. I noticed that if you just tap the power button, look, the screen goes off. If you change the setting in the menu, you can actually use the power button to screenshot, and it will save it to the SD card, whatever's on your screen. Now if we just press it once, what about if we hold it? Oh, power off. There you go. And I'll do a video on how to get when it boots up, to get your image on there, which you basically save to the SD card and then add it in. So I'm pretty sure there is another function with the power where it asks you if you want to turn the screen off or not first, but didn't seem to do that. Obviously the Vox button here, BK in button. So again, just a reminder, so if you want to go into DR mode, you hold down the call button. We're in DR mode. Push it again, you're back in VFO mode. Tap up here to get into memory mode. Now you've got a memory pad on this as well. See the way there's nothing in the memory pad now, it's blank. So let's exit. Get that into full screen, just because it looks nice. Now let me remember memory pad. So I'm pretty sure if you go here, see it says M-pad, hold that down, and that's put all these settings into memory pad. So if you go to memory pad now, menu, memory pad, look, it's there, and you can add a few, and you can actually scroll up and down between them using the up down arrow. So if I add another one, like go a 2 meter one here, and then let's hold the memory pad again, it adds 2, and then you can actually scroll up and down. That's quite handy, isn't it? I've got the exit button here. See. Okay, go to scope. Know what that frequency is there, not really sure. Right, okay. So just a quick overview. I think we've looked at all the basics. You can change the span of your scope here by just touching span. You get this little message on the screen. You've got record. Oh, they've got this funky SWR graph. It's pretty cool. Key the mic, push play, key the mic, and it actually, you know, you can see my SWR is high because I'm on a bit of wire. So that's quite good. Right, see if there's anything else. Voice record, yeah. Then there's a DTMF pad on this as well. I'm gonna find where that is. It's definitely on here. Can't seem to see it, but there's definitely a DTMF pad here. Quick menu. Voltage. Quick menu. Home channel. You can set a frequency. GPS position. Oh, we might even have a lock. It's giving us a position. It's pretty good. Let's see if we have. Let's tap that. No, we're not properly locked. And group select. Now that would be if we had a repeater set, XFC. So let's go back to memory. Like so. And then look. We've got that on there. If we press XFC, look. We'll go into our input frequency. Now RIT, that's an obvious one. Turn it here. And TX as well. So you got it on the receive and the transmit. So if you're a bit off frequency, you can hit the RIT button. And it tells you up here when it's on it. Toggling us between memory channels. To come out of memory channel, just push VFO. We've got quite a nifty scan on this. I think scan is a completely separate menu because it's quite sophisticated scan menu on this. Then if you hit set, you can turn your Bluetooth on. Bluetooth, turn it on. Auto connect, pairing connect. What it'll device search. Look. Search for a headset, search for data. Look, it's searching now. It's probably not going to find anything. I don't think there's anything turned on. No, but anyway, so full Bluetooth, full GPS. It's DPRS on this radio. Now, a shortcut to turning on DPRS. If you're in DV mode, I'm not sure if it does it in this one. Let's see if we can get out of that. Okay, now to turn on DPRS, you can tap the DV button, and look, DPRS is on. There's another way of turning on in the menu, but that's a shortcut. SD card's lit up here to show that there's an SD card in there. So the firmware upgrade on this radio is basically done by an SD card. So you go menu. Oh, I can hear the open spot trying to connect. Probably the Wi-Fi is turned off or something. So looking at this menu function, then number 2, you've got a DV memory. Oh, it looks like our own spot's connected. We'll look at that in a sec. You can send pictures, look. There'll be a separate video for that. There's our DTMF pad, so tap that and then you can preset things. Now FT8 preset, so you can use the mini USB cable straight to your laptop PC. WJTSX is it? Free software there. And you with preset, what that basically does is it's already got the FT8 settings in there for you, although there may be some adjustments needed. But you can do your own settings and save them. So it's basically a shortcut to your digi mode. So you might have Whisper and a few other digi modes. and then you don't want to keep putting in the settings every time because they can be quite complex sometimes. So you can do presets. I think it's 5 presets, and you can name them as well. So obviously the set or DV gateway. So now this radio can go into terminal mode. Terminal mode, you can use it via a cable to use Doozy. Now Doozy, if you use it with Doozy, you can go into all the reflectors, no antenna needed, just using a cable. So look that one up. That's Doozy. Access point mode, not done that yet, but basically somehow this radio does act. You can connect things to the Wi-Fi on this radio. Now that doesn't mean it will connect you to the internet, but you know, it will act as an access point. Now there's quite complex settings with terminal mode, but you can also use terminal mode via the Wi-Fi. So the Wi-Fi on this is set wireless LAN, and then it's turned off at the moment, so we'll turn it on. It might not let me, so maybe there's, oh, it is on already. So connection type, I tend to put connect to a network. I have done a video on this. Access point. Yeah, look, it's found my network. So, and then if say it's that one there, and you put in the password. And then hit connect, and it will connect to the Wi-Fi. So, I mean, come on, you've got Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, oops, yeah, well, we don't want to connect to that, do we? So, menu, let's just go to menu 1, hit scope. So what would, I mean, we'll just listen to the open spot.
This time is I am finished my work, and the local time is 6:25 o'clock. So every day I am finished my work time, and
now the open spot is cross-moding actually to talk group 91. So if you get an open spot, this one radio will take you everywhere. So just remember to talk when you're on that. You need to set it to use reflector, otherwise no one's going to hear you.
Next time, cheers.
So anyway, I hope this helps. I think I've gone through everything I can think of. There's, you know, obviously it's just an amazing radio. See the auto tune here? That is for, I think it's for some of the Digimos or CW for fine tune. See, watch his speech.
Yeah, in the last month, Kim, where's the volume for the...
Watch this.
F5 megahertz.
Yeah, that's giving us our frequency, and even my call sign. You know, this is out the box. So, see this says charging here. So when you plug in your DC charger, that lights up. Definitely worth getting a spare battery for these. I've got a spare battery. So I think I've run out of things to say. So I know I've missed loads of stuff that this radio does, but in summary, this is a fantastic radio for home base or QRP. If it was your only home base, yeah, get yourself a decent amplifier. I would get one for 2 meters and 70, one for HF, and it would be the best radio in your shack. I definitely recommend you get the POV carry cage, because otherwise you're too scared to carry this radio anywhere. You know, it's got at the bottom the tripod mounts, so that's very handy, and you can put it on all sorts of different tripod stands. You know about the backpack, very cool. It's not something I do, but you take your backpack, get your antenna somewhere, chuck it in a tree, and you know, I just use for a VHF UHF, I just use like a rubber duck. Yeah, just put it in the side like that. I use my normal tuner. I've got an LDG tuner here. I think it's an A8100, I think. and it works fine. You know, you can buy the small cute ones, or the is it AH-705? But I don't need it. And most of us have got a tuner at home, and it works fine, no problem at all. Don't forget, it's 5 watts with no DC input, 10 watts with a DC input. I use a motorcycle battery, and that'll get me up to about 8 watts. But you know, if you've got a good antenna setup, if you've gone somewhere good, you're going to have plenty contacts QRP. So yeah, 7.3. Hope you enjoyed this sort of intro video. So you've got it. You took it out of the box. You just want to get the thing working. So 7.3. All the best. M0FXB clear. Okay, so we're here on the Icom site, ready to download our CSV repeater file and update the CSV file, or add the CSV file to our Icom 705. So I'll put the link in the description. So just scroll down. We're looking for that file. Let's have a look here. 705. Here it is. Repeater list GPS data. That's the one we're looking for. So we're just gonna select that. Get some information. There's a manual there as well. It's telling you what's included here. 2 CSV files, a repeater list, and a GPS memory data for the CS705 and the IC-705. The ICF file, a setting for the file, it just says that again. The IC-705 can read and write CSV files from a micro SD card, which is what we plan to do. So we're just going to download it and save that somewhere so we can find it. So I'll just copy it and I'll put it into a file called IC-705. Just paste it here for now. And let's run it where it is for now. And so now the one we want is, I'll say USA repeater. That one there. So we'll copy it. Copy that file. Sorry about this. Okay, faffing a bit, but right click and then we're going to send it to our USB E-drive. Okay, now we do need to make sure it's in the right place. So we're going to go back to that E-drive, which is, let's have a look here. And so we'll double click the file that's the SD card that's in my PC. We'll double click CSV repeater list, and we want to get it in here. This is where we want to get it. So let's work out the best way to do that. So I've opened up the window where it is, and I'm just going to drag it into here like so. Right, hopefully that's in there. So the way we'll check is I'll close it completely. I'll just put in, reopen the sort of file section. Go to E drive. I know it's here at the bottom, but let's see if I could have just dragged it up. But let's just see what's in the CSV file. Double click here. Repeater list. Right, it is there. So now let's put it in the radio and transfer it across.